Try this again. Hopefully this works. Hey there, welcome to Live with Heidi Mine. I'm going to check that the live is up on Facebook and YouTube, so go grab your favorite drink before we get started. I'm not sure what's going on, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check it on my iPad real quick because I don't know what's going on. It sometimes it wants to work and sometimes it just doesn't. And I can't go live on YouTube until I have 50 subscribers. Okay, so it does. All right, so let's close that out. So it looks like I'm live on Facebook, so that's good. And let me hop over to YouTube. So this is going to be a talkie video that I have like a whole script and things. So, all right. But I can't leave anything up on my iPad while I'm doing this. Close it down, close it down. Not good notes. Because technically I have 2 scripts for tonight because I'm special. Special. All right, load. Okay. Get this bigger. I know that just went right in front of my face. So let me see if I can load it on. Let me try one more time, see if I can get at least Facebook Live to load. Aha, there she is. Okay. I don't want audio. Close that down. Okay. All right, so I can check this every once in a while on Facebook to see if there's any comments. Let me see if I can get YouTube to load on my other phone because I've got 2 phones with me tonight. Don't turn off the camera. Okay, it does look like I'm live on. I don't know why it did that. Okay, and my volume is already turned down on that phone. I don't have a stand for one phone, so forgive me. Yeah, I can't do that with that. So we will get started, and I will just try to check every once in a while. If you see me kind of looking to the sides, I'll be checking for any comments that might be coming in. So yeah, here we go. I'm Heidi. I am a work-at-home handmade business owner at HeidiMine.com, as well as a homeschool mom of 11 and 13-year-old girls. I go live on Facebook and YouTube on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific. During the live, I share about things going on with my business, homeschooling, and our personal lives. Be sure to follow on Facebook or subscribe on YouTube to get notifications when I post videos or go live, and feel free to like or hit the thumbs up button, as this helps more people just like you see the videos and come hang out. If you are joining me live tonight, please comment with #live, or if you are watching the recording, comment with #replay. This lets me know when people are watching and if I need to change up my times. And if you aren't already subscribed, be sure to check out the pinned link to sign up for the email list for updates about new products, blog posts, sales, and other fun things going on. And I am not going to put the email link in the YouTube chat because it takes me a while to do that. And since I technically started like a minute or 2 late because of technical difficulties, and I have a lot that I wrote, I do just kind of want to get into it. So if you do want to subscribe to the email list, it is Heidi Mine, that's HEIDI, M as in Mary, EI, N as in Nancy.com/subscribe. And that will get you to the email list. Oops, I think I wanted that open actually. And it closed. Okay. So I wrote some things that I'm going to go ahead and talk about. And if you see like that white thing coming up and down, that is my iPad. So I wrote a script, and then I also have a kind of secondary script. So we'll get into that. Tonight, I am going to discuss how I have used AI for my handmade business and also my thoughts on using AI within a handmade business. AI websites have used, I totally read that wrong. And I did rehearse this a little bit earlier, so hopefully I'm doing this in a fun way, but we'll see. AI websites I have used for content have included ChatGPT, Canva Magic Write, Google Bard, and recently, like today, Claude AI. I think that one's the funniest name, personally. I am not an affiliate for any of these brands or services and will only be discussing my own experiences and opinions. When using AI, please be aware that some information may be incorrect or even unethical. And it's up to the human to navigate how AI is used. I will try really hard to keep my jokes about iRobot and Terminator to a minimum, but I do find the whole AI thing falling parallel to my thoughts on gene reproduction and Jurassic Park. With that said, I asked all 4 of the previously mentioned AI services to create a YouTube script discussing AI within the handmade business world. I'm going to read those responses now, and we'll circle back with my thoughts. So I do need to switch scripts because it was just a lot to keep all in one place. Okay, so the first script that I'm going to read is from ChatGPT. It gave me a title of The Ethical Dilemma, AI in Handmade Businesses. The way that this was presented to me was sort of like a screenplay. It has brackets and parentheses and all these if you've ever done theater, it's kind of like backstage notes kind of stuff. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to insert my business in the speaking parts where it says things like your YouTube channel name. I'm just going to go ahead and put my information in that because that is the intention of what the AI wants you to do. So the ChatGPT script is, welcome back to Heidi Mind. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's been generating quite a buzz lately, the use of AI in handmade businesses. While AI offers numerous advantages, there are ethical and accuracy concerns that need to be addressed. Let's explore them together. And yes, I'm overacting this because these are not my words. I have not edited any of these things. So I'm going to have fun with it. The appeal of AI. AI has certainly revolutionized various industries, offering efficiency, cost-effectiveness, and accuracy. But when it comes to handmade businesses, let's discuss why it might not always be the ethical choice. One of the primary concerns is the preservation of originality. Handmade businesses are often built on the unique personal touch of the creator. AI can inadvertently dilute this authenticity by mass-producing designs and products, potentially leading to a loss of the craft's essence. That's a lot of S sounds for me, just letting you know. Another ethical concern is the potential impact on artisans and craftsmen. Relying too heavily on AI may lead to job displacement, affecting the livelihoods of skilled individuals who have dedicated their lives to their craft. I really do have a lot of fun with this. While AI is undoubtedly precise, it may struggle in capturing the creativity and artistry that makes handmade products special. AI might miss the subtleties and nuances that come naturally to human artisans. These intricacies often make handmade products unique and memorable. Creativity often defies algorithms. AI can generate designs based on data, but it may struggle to create genuinely original, emotionally resonant pieces that humans can create. Actually, it says can craft. I'm reading really fast. Handmade businesses thrive on human connection and storytelling. AI, while efficient, can't replicate the personal touch and the stories behind the creation of each product. Customers often value the connection they have with artisans. They appreciate knowing the person behind the product and hearing the stories of how it was made. Transparency in the production process builds trust. When AI takes the lead, it can be harder to convey the authenticity and transparency that handmade businesses are known for. In conclusion, while AI brings undeniable advantages to many industries, handmade businesses must carefully consider the ethical and accuracy implications of its use. Preserving originality, embracing creativity, and maintaining human connections are vital in this space. What are your thoughts on AI in handmade businesses? Do you think it's an ethical and accurate choice, or do you prefer the personal touch of a human artisan? Share your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content from Heidi Mind. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Sorry, I'm going to read these a little bit more generic than my personality. I have always made a little bit of a joke that you could literally read a news article as a bedtime story or a sales pitch. And I used to do that sometimes with different members of my family. I would take really like boring news articles and I put on this fake voice and make it super pitchy, and it's fantastic. People that used to work with me at Roundtable know that I had an entire, I think I did it once on this channel. Maybe I did some of it, I don't remember. Or maybe I talked about doing it. We had a script that we had to memorize when I worked for Roundtable Pizza. And it changed when we got computer systems, but it was essentially the same thing. You asked certain questions in a particular order. You were always trying to upsell, but you also had to be very friendly when you were doing it. So I had a very fake persona that I would put on. Not that I'm not friendly. It's just that the script was so boring and generic, and I hated it. And I had to make it fun. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these AI scripts. I'm going to be just making them very like artificial and fun. Okay? And I do have to say that I did like the ChatGPT script as one of my favorites of these scripts. I felt that the way that it was presented and like written out was the most effective. But I think the only one that I didn't practice very much was the Claude AI. I think I barely read that one because I was pressed for time and I was trying to get some other things done. So the next one that I'm going to read is from Google Bard, which is also an AI for writing text. It might do other things. I don't get into a lot of the other things. So I think this is more like, I'm very polite to AI when I say please and thank you, and when I'm typing something into excuse me, these AI generators, I'm trying to talk conversationally to, I don't know, a computer brain. So their original response, their very first line is, "That is a great topic. Here is a YouTube script about why AI for a handmade business may not be ethical or accurate." Okay, so here we go. It says title. Is AI ethical for handmade businesses? Hi, I'm Heidi, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the ethics of using AI for handmade businesses. AI has certainly revolutionized various industries, offering efficiency, cost-effectiveness, and accuracy. But when it comes to handmade businesses, let's discuss why it might not always be the ethical choice. One of the primary concerns is the preservation of originality. Handmade businesses are often built on the unique personal touch of the creator. AI can inadvertently dilute this authenticity by mass-producing designs and products, potentially leading to a loss of the craft's essence. Another ethical concern is the potential impact on artisans and craftsmen. Relying too heavily on AI may lead to job displacement, affecting the livelihoods of skilled individuals who have dedicated their lives to their craft. While AI is undoubtedly precise, it may struggle in capturing the creativity and artistry that make handmade products special. AI might miss the subtleties and nuances that come naturally to human artisans. These intricacies often make handmade products unique and memorable. Creativity often defies algorithms. AI can generate designs based on data, but it may struggle to create genuinely original, emotionally resonant pieces that humans can craft. Handmade businesses thrive on human connection and storytelling. AI, while efficient, can't replicate the personal touch and the stories behind the creation of each product. Customers often value the connection they have with artisans. They appreciate knowing the person behind the product and hearing the stories of how it was made. Transparency in the production process builds trust. When AI takes the lead, it can be harder to convey that authenticity and transparency that handmade businesses are known for. In conclusion, while AI brings undeniable advantages to many industries, handmade businesses must carefully consider the ethical and accuracy implications of its use. Preserving originality, embracing creativity, and maintaining human connections are vital in this space. Thanks for watching. They sound a lot alike. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. Another one that I have used is Canva Magic Write. I think Google Bard and Magic Write aren't widely known. I use Google for a lot of things, and so I got a very early access, like beta test for Google Bard, and I did like it at first. And Canva, Magic Write, I accidentally found within Canva when it was brand new. I have a pro account with Canva, so I get more searches than someone with a free account, but there is still a limit with Canva how many searches you can do. I don't remember if it's in a day or I think it's in a month, like in a billing period. You can only do a certain amount. So if you do want to know more about that, you can put it in the comments and I'll answer it later. I didn't look up all the things because I'm not trying to sell you on AI at all. So Magic Write says, the ethical dilemma of using AI in a handmade business. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss the ethical dilemma of using artificial intelligence, AI, in handmade business. Sorry. The use of AI in businesses has been on the rise in recent years, with many companies opting for it to improve their efficiency and accuracy. However, when it comes to handmade businesses, using AI may not be the best idea. One of the main reasons why using AI for a handmade business may not be ethical is that it takes away the human touch. Handmade products are unique because they are created by human hands, and each piece has its own character and personality. With AI, the products become mass-produced and the uniqueness is lost. Another reason that AI may not be accurate in replicating the handmade products handmade businesses are known for their attention to detail and the quality of their products. However, AI may not be able to replicate the same level of attention to detail. The products may not be of the same quality as those made by human hands. In conclusion, while using AI in businesses may have its benefits, it may not be the best approach for handmade businesses. The uniqueness and quality of handmade products are what sets them apart, and using AI takes away that special touch. We hope you found this video informative, and thank you for watching. So I'm just gonna say, these scripts, ChatGPT was like a decent amount of words. I think that one of these, I don't know if it was Bard or if it was, well, it's over 150 characters, so I'm thinking of something else. But Bard and Magic Write were very short to me. So I don't think you could put them, in a like a YouTube short. because YouTube Shorts only allow for 60 seconds. But essentially, like, you could really condense a lot of that garbage and you could put it into a TikTok, a reel, a small piece of video content. I don't see it being a whole fleshed out script for a YouTube video. Because, I mean, I started a couple of minutes late, but it's 7:22 while I'm talking. So I've been live for about 20 minutes and I've gone through 3 scripts. And I can tell you just from like research and training that most videos don't really land unless they're 10 to 15 minutes long. So if I was only reading one of those scripts, it wouldn't really do much for an algorithm. It's a blip. I mean, you could sneeze and it would be over. So I do actually have more thoughts that I had put together. So I have more to my own script, but I'm just kind of filling in between as I read these, just because, yeah, they're not super fleshed out. Like, if you were going to use these, you would still have to add quite a bit of content to them to make them something that people would want to watch, in my opinion. So now I'm going to read from the Claude AI. This I just found out about yesterday, the day before yesterday. I don't even know what, today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. So I found out about Claude AI on Monday. So very new. It was very easy to sign up for. I have been told that it's a fairly ethical site to get information from. I feel like AI is AI. It's kind of like, I don't know. I have weird thoughts about AI. So yeah. So it just says, here is a draft YouTube script discussing concerns about using AI to generate content for a handmade business. And the title is, Why Using AI for My Handmade Business Raises Ethical Concerns. Hey crafters, it's Heidi here. Today I wanted to talk about why I have decided not to use AI to generate content for my handmade shop anymore. I didn't put that in there. I put the same question for all of these, just for the record. I never told Claude that I wasn't going to use AI. When I first learned about AI content creation tools, it seemed like an easy way to come up with product descriptions, social media posts, and more. But the more I researched and reflected, the more uncomfortable I became with relying on AI. Here are a few reasons why. First, AI doesn't actually know my products or my creative process. The descriptions it generates are based on algorithms, not firsthand knowledge. So it can never accurately capture what makes my work special or unique. Because my products are handmade, no two are exactly alike. But AI content makes them seem standardized and mass-produced. I would much rather take the time to thoughtfully write my own listing so I can highlight the care put into each item. There are also potential legal issues with AI content. If I rely too heavily on what an AI tool generates, I could get in trouble for plagiarism or copyright violations. The AI doesn't comprehend copyright law or proper attribution. And finally, I think using AI to avoid doing my own creative work undermines the human touch that handmade is all about. As an artisan, I want to infuse my products with my own perspective and voice. For these reasons, I've chosen to avoid AI content creators. It simply doesn't align with my ethics and goals of my handmade shop. I hope this perspective gives you something to think about as you grow your own creative business. Handmade with love always wins over AI shortcuts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, that one made me laugh. It has a lot of accurate and valid points. It really does. But I don't completely subscribe to that entire thought process. I think that's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. I mean, I don't disagree with the whole thing as a blanket statement. Yeah, That's not the place where I live when it comes to AI. So, all right. Here are my notes. Okay. So I do find it interesting that many of the AI responses talked about accuracy with regard to businesses, but not handmade businesses. Although I'm not able to speak to all businesses, I would say that accuracy via AI is subjective and not 100%. So what I mean by that is in a lot of those scripts, it talks about how AI has helped many businesses be more efficient and accurate, but not so much handmade businesses. I don't think that that's true. I think that inaccuracies can happen in any business that you're choosing to use AI for, because AI is a perpetual learning system. As far as like my understanding is that AI is a perpetual learning system. So people talk about algorithms for social media, and one of my business coaches had talked at one point about, I want to say it was TikTok, and saying that the AI was somewhere at like a 5th grade level at one point, and then it reached up, and it was like because of the learning that it did through all of the media that was processing, that it had reached like a 6th grade learning level. So, you know, all jokes aside, AI is its own monster. It's a laboratory creation that humans have concocted, and it is learning. That, in my fun little conspiracy theory brain, is a little frightening. But for AI to say that it is accurate in other business but not in handmade, that in and of itself seems like an inaccuracy to me. But what do I know? I have used AI for many things during 2023 for my handmade business. Honestly, I can't remember if I was using any AI in 2022. I don't think I was. I don't think that there was as much information about AI for the purposes of writing. I don't use AI for image creation at all. That is way above my pay grade. I don't understand it. I tried once. I don't even remember the site that I used. I put in a description of something that I wanted it to create an image for, and we were not understanding each other. Whatever I put in, it was not working. It did not want to give me anything close to what I was asking for. So I chalked that one up to, I am not an artist. I couldn't draw a straight line or a circle to save my life. And that's okay, because I'm good at what I do. I'm great at what I do. I'm a seamstress. I sew things. I've been doing this for a long time. There are things that I'm not so good at. There are things that I'm excellent at. That's okay. We all have things. I don't have to be an artist. My daughter is a beautiful artist. She can do that. I love it. I love supporting her in that. I don't have to. That doesn't have to be me. And I don't need AI to make me feel like an artist, because that's not what I want to be. So that was a very short trip. So again, I think I've only used it this year for writing purposes. So what I have used it for is to get blog ideas, to help start blog posts, for product ideas, including themes, descriptions, titles, tags. I have used it for email and social media content. In most cases, I end up changing at least 50% of whatever is provided for me. That's not like a hard and fast rule. Sometimes I will read what this AI spits out at me, and I'll say that's a bunch of garbage, but it gets the wheels turning and I can write an entire thing on my own. So this may vary from person to person as far as what percentage of AI you choose to use or don't use, whatever. I have just always been a writer. I love telling stories. I journal multiple times a day. It's not to say that I don't get brain freeze when it comes to writing about specific topics, especially on a deadline. I do know that when I create and post content that is 100% written by me, it tends to do better algorithmically versus when I post content that I have gotten AI help with. So those are trackable things. If I go to one of the AI channels and I say, okay, write this blog post, write this, this sales pitch, write this product listing, write this social media post. The more AI that I use on those particular things, the lower my algorithmic reach is. Because I can track those in the back ends of my website, my social media, all of that. Things that are 100% me that I don't even go to AI for always do better. Is that because of, I don't want to put that as a question. That could be because of my personality and because I like writing. So I am very emotional and I put that into what I do. So that, I really think that the AI and the robots, they want to be human. We've given them this open door to say, learn more about being human. And so I think that that's something that AI picks up on, is those human feeling words that I'm using when I create my content. So I do know that the majority of my content that does well, it's usually off the cuff. It's usually 100% Heidi. There's very little to no AI in it. Not to say that I don't use AI. From the few months that I've been using it, or most of the year that I've been using it, that's my experience. So AI does not have my voice, and it certainly does not have my emotion or my experience. So that's that. Full disclosure, I have used it more for product titles and descriptions because honestly, while I am passionate about how I make things, when I try to put into words why people should buy those things from me, my brain goes into hibernation mode. I love what I do. I love sewing and reading and writing and creating, but to put that into words over and over again, but change it up just slightly so that Google and AI doesn't think that I'm just repeating myself, it's a daunting task, and I just get overloaded with thoughts about what I could be working on instead. So what that means is when I do a product listing on my website, when I do a product listing on Etsy, I have AI tools that I use. I have a tool that I use that technically could be considered AI, I guess, where I use for hashtags. I guess it's not really a hashtag AI. It's more that I put in like what I want, what I think is a good hashtag, and it gives me other suggestions. So that's that. But sometimes I do go to AI and I say, hey, give me a good title for a key fob that is shaped like an anchor. And it will spit out all kinds of weird stuff. Especially lately with my Halloween pop-up shop. I have been trying to use AI more for the mask listings because a lot of my mask listings are very generic. They're very cookie cutter. I use the majority of the parts over and over and over again because the masks are similar. The basic makeup of the mask is similar. They're roughly the same size. They're all made of the same materials. They all include the same components. So I've been trying to use it for my titles and my descriptions to zhuzh them up, because I try to list, when I do listings, I try to list at least 10 things all in one sitting. And when you're listing essentially the same thing, masks, but the only thing that's different is the style of mask: cat mask, dog mask, horse mask, zebra mask. You get this to this point about 4 or 5 listings in where you're like, I don't care anymore. I just want to be done. And some of my listings were just a hot mess. And there were a lot of them that I've revised recently that they didn't even have descriptions. It was just like, this is the mask, it's this size, it's made of this material, this is the generic of what it would be good for. You get an elastic with it, buy it now. So the AI has helped with that. Like I said, it does like to give me a bunch of different things that don't exist. I will say, it's a horse mask, it's brown, and it's made of felt, and it's for Halloween, and it's for kids ages 3 and up. And it will say things like, it's an adjustable elastic strap. And I'm like, it doesn't have an adjustable elastic strap. I never said that. It says, look at all the fine detailing of these intricate stitches. And I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I guess it's intricate. I don't know. And then on some of them, it was giving me eye color. And I'm like, there's a hole there. There's no eye color. So weird. So obviously I have to edit those. So I have used it quite a bit for my listings. I don't use it so much for writing my social media. I do use it for social media ideas, because that is helpful. I do like to try to plan content when I'm planning content. I like to plan it in bulk so that I can write it all at one time and kind of allocate it out. And that way, on days that I want to do like stories or short videos, then I can do those without being overwhelmed by, I need to post about this product that is going to be launching, or I have to post about this holiday that's coming up. Those are already done, and then I can just concentrate on the now. So if you do have any questions about AI, do feel free to put those in the comments. For real, this is me saying it, not AI saying it. And I will try my best to answer any of them. And if you're watching this on the replay, still put them in there. YouTube notifies me when people comment, and I will come back in and try to answer them to the best of my ability. I just don't know all of the answers. I'll say that flat out. Do I think that AI is good for handmade sellers? Yes and no. I think that when you are a handmade business or even a small business owner, you are wearing so many hats that sometimes you fall short in areas. As a handmade small business owner, I'm not just sewing up goodies all day. I am planning months in advance about what I'm going to sell. Actually, I plan years in advance. Whether it's holiday specific or seasonal, or just because I like a particular trend and think my niche will too. I then have to plan out what materials I will be using, ordering them, making the things. I do my own photography, which I totally struggle with. I'm not a photographer. I create the listings, creating social media posts, which is not just static images anymore. Now we are required as small business owners, we need to do the static images, we need to do the memes, we need to do the short form video. It's crazy. And then you have to write all of the content that goes with that. I do my own bookkeeping because, believe it or not, I don't make enough to pay a bookkeeper right now. I write my own blogs, emails, and even my YouTube scripts when I use YouTube scripts. If you've joined me before, you know that I do tend to go on the fly quite a bit. Even now, I'm ad-libbing a lot into the script that I actually wrote earlier today, and I'm not going to fix it later. I don't edit things out. It is what it is when I'm live. Unless I swear. If I ever swear, then I would probably go back and change that. I don't know why. But I don't usually swear on my lives. That doesn't even discuss what I do in order to create content for my YouTube channel that is non-business related. So I have been trying to set up cameras while I'm working so that I can capture that and do work with me videos. But obviously to do cleaning videos, cooking videos, I don't know why my mom is calling me right now because she knows that I go live. So that's silly. Yes, the cook with me, clean with me, and the unboxings. All of those have to be scheduled out and planned out so that I make sure that my phone's not ringing, that the dogs aren't barking next door, that traffic and people outside aren't being loud. So that's a whole thing. And then you add in homeschooling, appointments, meal prep, housekeeping, and then sprinkle in seasonal illnesses and single parenthood. It's definitely a recipe for things to fall by the wayside, which is why I have not had a regular YouTube schedule since trying to have a regular YouTube schedule. Things happen. And the whole single parenthood is still relatively new and I'm still getting used to it. AI has helped me focus on what needs to get done within certain pockets of time so that I can meet deadlines. I still have to check for accuracy and ethics, but many times it cuts my writing time significantly. So there have been a few blog posts that they have not done as well as organic blog posts, but I think with the blog I tend to struggle because originally I started a blog and it was actually called Heidiisms, and now someone else owns that, and that's fine. She's adorable. She travels. Let her do her thing. But that was my personal outlet for writing, and I would just write about whatever. Like it was just all the thoughts that were circling in my brain, and I would put them onto the internet because I think that's what we did in the earlier stages of blogging. It was just an online journal for everyone in the world to read. And that was fine. It was fun. It was what it was. But my business blog, I don't feel as comfortable doing that. So I try to make things relevant to what would interest my buyers, my niche. And sometimes those things aren't as center focus for me as they would be for my niche. I really struggle with housekeeping, like really a lot. And maybe people in my niche don't struggle with that. So, or maybe they struggle more than I do. Like, who knows? And I don't know all the things when it comes to housekeeping. So to write a blog and have that about housekeeping, that's a struggle for me. Hence I use the AI. Or if I want to write a blog post about whatever, something that like maybe it sounded like a good idea when I was doing my planning, but then when I go to write it, I completely forget what it was that inspired me in the first place. I will go to AI, I will put in a bunch of different things, and I can either find the old inspiration or find a new inspiration, whatever works. What I don't use AI for is to do everything for me. I might ask for ideas, but I don't use AI to create images, and I never just cut and paste a response without editing. My opinion is that we must create boundaries for AI that work not only for individuals, but even as a society. I'm not getting a self-driving car anytime soon. I won't have a robot vacuum. And I know that my phone and my computer are watching and listening to everything I do and say. Case in point, I was reading the script out loud earlier today to practice some of the words because there were a few words that I was reading them and I was getting tongue-tied, and I like to practice those beforehand so I don't sound like such an idiot. And later on, I started seeing commercials for different AI products. So I do apologize if you're watching this in the next few weeks. You're going to start seeing that popping up because I've said it so many times now. But we're living in a weird era, and my opinion is we just need to keep things as human as possible, even if we're getting a little help from AI. So yeah, I I have conspiracy theory friends. I love a good conspiracy theory. I love the sci-fi stuff where it talks about, the computers taking over and whatnot. I have a lot of jokes about those that I'm not going to share with you. So I just say use it responsibly. It's kind of like a drug that I suppose you could just get in way too deep. I don't know. But if you are looking for more information about AI in the handmade business world, please feel free to check out some of the business coaches that I respect and follow. Some of these, I have 3 women that I follow that are both, 2 are Etsy coaches, Etsy coaches, and one is just my social media coach. And they have all discussed AI if in different aspects on their YouTube channels. It's free content. They do a lot of research. They're never going to steer you in a one way or the other direction. But they may have better insight than what I provided, because I'm only giving you what I've used and what my opinion is. I can't tell you all the ins and outs of AI because I don't know them. I don't know if anybody knows all of them. But I will, when this video goes into replay, I will put links for these 3 coaches. The first, I hope I'm going to say her name right, Pam Duthie. She is on YouTube. She is a manager for eRank, which is a company that I do use. Again, not affiliated. I pay for services for them. And they do help with my Etsy listings. They don't help specifically. Their program helps me with my Etsy listings. Starla Moore, also a manager at eRank, and she is the owner of Handmade Alpha Academy, which is fantastic. She is a former Etsy seller, and she just has really great information. And especially with the AI, I think that she and her husband have a really great grasp on the kind of techie side of things. So she's amazing. And then Stacey Storino is a social media business coach that I follow. She has great information on her channel. She's also the owner of, I want to say it's Woman 101, but Funnel Dynasty is her company, and I paid for that training years ago. I was one of the original people to sign up for it because I knew it was going to be amazing, and it has been. There's so much to that. And I'm not trying to sell the course. I'm not affiliated. I don't get kickbacks from any of these companies. They're people that I started following because they offer so much free content, especially on their YouTube channels. And then, if you have the ability and the need to get additional training, they have paid courses. I don't know if Pam has paid courses, but Stacey and Starla both do. And they have lots of freebies and all kinds of different things. So if you are a handmade business owner, if you're a small business owner that just wants to get some information on, all things social media, or if you're just looking for more AI information, go check out their channels. Again, in the replay, I will put links to all of their YouTube channels so that you have all the spellings that you would need. And yeah, I think that's it. I am going to need to drink a whole lot of water because that was a lot of talking tonight. I don't think, for the last 2 weeks, I've done like sew along, sew with me, whatever. So I've been talking, but I haven't needed to talk quite so much. And they're like, I don't know, maybe reading tires me out. I don't know. But do let me know if you like this type of content, or if you like the sew with me's, or if there is something you would like to see me sew. Put that in the comments and I will work on being able to do that for you. Most of the companies that I buy embroidery designs from are totally fine with me making the things. Obviously I'm not going to share the designs with you because I paid for them, and if you like them, you need to go and purchase them. But if there is a type of machine embroidery that is something you're interested in, feel free to put a comment, or you can email me. All of my links are on my homepage of my YouTube. And if it's something that I can do, I will do it during a live, and that way you can see. Right now, my Etsy shop is a little bit slow. I don't know if that's because I was closed down for so long, or if it's really just the economy is just so bad that nobody's ordering. It's a little scary how quiet my Etsy shop is. And I know I've discussed it before that Etsy does a reserve, and normally the reserve doesn't bother me, but I've gotten a few orders recently that have been offsite ads, which I've talked about. So basically it's a 12% fee that I get charged. So when you add it up, it like basically with Etsy, they take out all the fees first, and then they say, okay, the whole order was this amount, so we need 30% of that to sit in this reserve account, and then you get the rest. Which essentially would have been fine, except that in the years that I was selling Halloween masks all the time, I was already over $1,000 in sales by now, which does not sound like a lot of money, but when you're thinking about felt masks, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of masks. So yeah. So right now I'm not real happy with Etsy, because basically if somebody buys a mask from me, it's about $20, which I don't know. I guess, that does sound like, it sounds like a lot of money to me, but that includes shipping. Like $20 is shipping included. And they'll basically release like $5 to me, which I can't actually take out because you have to have a $25 minimum. Like they'll send it to you every Monday regardless, but you can only do a daily withdrawal if you have at least $25 sitting there. So Etsy's a hot mess right now. I just don't even know where to go with that. I don't know. I think that after this Halloween, and especially after this holiday season, I'm going to be having some Etsy videos that I might be doing, which I never thought I would say, but I don't know. I feel like Etsy is going in a weird direction, and I've already been live for about an hour, so I don't want to go and make a whole like another topic. So if that interests you, let me know. I'll talk about that next week, about my opinion on Etsy's directions. Because we all have opinions. All of the handmade sellers have, very strong feelings about Etsy as a whole. But all I can say is don't put all your eggs in one basket, whether it's Etsy or Shopify or whatever. If it's your own website, it's your own website. Like you own it for all intents and purposes. But even that, like, you want different payment structure, payment acceptance, whatever's. I'll put some thoughts together, but yeah, just don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you're a handmade seller, it's not a good idea at all. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like or a thumbs up, follow or subscribe, and comment with #live or #replay. All of these interactions not only help to push out the videos to more people that would enjoy them, they help me know what content you are enjoying the most. So I have to look down for a minute because I have to get out of YouTube so that I can back in my camera app so that I can close out. So thank you again, and until next time. Oh, and the